Guys, thanks for stopping in. Today I'm going to show you how to make beef short ribs. A real delicious cut of beef cooked up low and slow in the crock pot in a delicious thick braising liquid. It's a red wine reduction sauce, fork tender every time, so let's get started. First thing I want to do is trim up my ribs. If you have a thick piece of fat on any of your ribs, just go ahead and trim that off. We really don't need all that fat on there. Next, we'll season the ribs with only salt and pepper. Now I'm using kosher salt and fresh ground black pepper. Make sure you liberally season these ribs on all sides. Don't worry about over salting these ribs. It's a dense cut of beef, and trust me, it's going to give it a lot of great flavor. Next, in a pan over high heat with a little oil, we want to develop a little color on our ribs. So just place them meat side down in your pan. Cook them about 2 to 3 minutes each side until you have a delicious brown texture like this on all sides. Set them in a plate, set them aside. We'll start our sauce. Next, I've got a mirepoix here, which is just onions, carrots, and celery. We want to cook these up until they're slightly brown. Go ahead and add some garlic. Cook it about 6-7 minutes. That's all it takes. And just stir that around. Cook this in the same pan you cooked your meat because you want those great brown bits. Now add some red wine. You don't need expensive wine. Any drinkable wine will do. Real important, reduce this wine by half because you don't want that alcohol taste in your meat. Otherwise, you'll be sorry. Next, add some tomato paste or puree. I cut both ends of the can off because it makes it easier, and I just push it through rather than try to dig all that paste out of there. Little tip that might help you out. Stir that in there. This is going to thicken our sauce even more. Continue to reduce and deglaze. And when your sauce looks something like this, go ahead and start adding your chicken stock. You can use broth. I just like the taste of stock better. I think it's more richer. Stir that around. Continue to reduce. Then when you have a brown color like this, go ahead and pour it in your crock pot. Place your ribs in there. You don't need to cover the ribs. Just about 3/4 of the way up will do. Now add some aromatics. I'm using thyme, some flat leaf Italian parsley, and a bay leaf. Put a cover on it. Set it on low for about 6 to 8 hours, or high 4 to 6 hours, depending on your crock pot. When it's done, take your ribs out, plate them up, put some foil on them, let them rest for about 10-15 minutes and set aside. Next, we'll start our reduction sauce. Now what I want to do, that liquid that I braised these ribs in, we want to strain out all the mirepoix and the bones if they had fallen off like that. Take a finer strainer, then strain the sauce. You'll see here in just a second all those fine bits. We don't want that in our sauce. Then just take a pan, bring it to a boil. We want to continue to reduce this, then take a ladle and skim off as much fat off the top of your sauce as possible. You don't want that in there, otherwise your sauce is going to taste greasy. Once you have all the fat out of there, place your ribs in the sauce. Make sure it's well coated. Man, that looks so good. It smells amazing. Then it's time to plate it up, guys. I'm going to serve this over some garlic chive mashed taters. Man, that looks good. Give it a little color, and there you go, guys. Braised beef short ribs in a crock pot. So delicious, easy to do, guaranteed to come out fork tender every time. Guys, if you like this video, I appreciate you giving me a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, comment if you like, and share the video. But until next time, enjoy this dish. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, y'all.